very, very lucky to meet people that are exceptional at what they do. Each one of those introductions or interactions with any one of these people, a lot of what's fueled about what we're doing right now and while we're here in Pennsylvania is Nate Wessel. The development and resurrection of this brand, Nate Wessel, and my friends that are like Nate have been, you know, an inspiration, but also very much involved. Nate Wessel and I started our friendship in Panama, of all places, at a event oriented around Travis Pastrana and all these other things. But since that, we fueled a friendship.
You know, meeting Josh SIRLIN and, you know, discussing with him like kind of some of our things that we had dreams of eventually doing, you know, whether that be like a high-end clothing brand or whatever. He had stumbled across just, you know, this iconic brand that was 150 years old. It blew my mind because there's just nothing in my life that has ever existed that was a like clothing brand that just was every piece of my life. This brand and what it's about, and every single little like inkling and piece to it, down to the threads and buttons, is about what I do.
The Race of Gentlemen is a race in New Jersey. So the race in New Jersey where it's all era-specific motorcycles and era-specific hot rods. My interest and curiosity had me reach out to Nate as I started exploring many months ago about this Race of Gentlemen, which I had a fascination towards.
You know, all the elements and integration that like Josh is putting into this brand, it's so amazing, like the stories that Josh wants to tell for the brand. And, you know, a big part of that is having those people that can tell that story. It's the makers of all of the world and how it works, you know, and, you know, I do have a certain skill set, and there's all these people that have amazing skill sets. You know, he wants to cover and tell this awesome story about like these makers of all sorts of kind, whether it be making boots or just a piece of clothing or a motorcycle or a painter. And talking about a painter, it's funny, like I was like, hey man, you brought up this paint thing, Josh, like I have this guy that I'm like pretty good friends with. I've been getting to know him over the past like couple months. I could not even tell you the stuff that, I mean, you're gonna have to talk to him yourself, because like I cannot tell you how genius this dude is.
Nate was the first one that kind of, I don't know, turned me on to the brand and kind of made me take notice of it originally. He had said that he had a good friend that had started a clothing brand that was doing all USA made, like high quality textile materials that he thought I'd either be interested in meeting with, that there was more than just the brand that he might be interested in talking to you about. That first conversation I guess we had, yeah, we started, you know, on the different aspects of metal flake and canding layers and things like that, and before long it had stemmed into some other things that I do, is, you know, metal machining and other things in that aspects, that I try to be a tradesman of more than one thing.